who starts every league game is their goalkeeper, Jose Reina. The back four is unchanged, if not unscathed, after the midweek defeat in Istanbul for Steve Finn, a 200th Premiership appearance. The qualities of Xabi Alonso have been talked up by his manager in a week when he returns from a metatarsal injury. And there's a welcome return for Fernando Torres as part of a three-pronged attack, the first time he started with both Dirk Kuyt and Andre Voronin. On the bench, Peter Crouch looking for his first league goal since his hat-trick against Arsenal at the end of March, and Alvaro Arbeloa is back after injury.
Well, you can't guess Rafael Benitez, but when you come to Anfield, watch them in the pre-match warm-up, because they do a little bit of shadow work, Liverpool, and I've been watching them, and how they set up there, and their little passing, crossing and shooting bit was Voronin was playing on the right, Kuyt was way out on the left side, Torres was up top on his own in the other three. That suggests to me that is how they're going to line up. Kuyt on the left, playing from wide, making it a 5 with Voronin when they lose it, and then everyone playing from there. Without doubt, Steven Gerrard will look to give them some support. He'll even go beyond them. Alonso will back it up, looking to strike from deep. And they've just got to be careful at the back, because today might be different. Yes, they will have Adebayor there, but the biggest problem Carragher and Hyypiä might have are people arriving from midfield late, little 1-2s, little give and goes against them. Quick feet against the two big lads could be a difficult day for those two if they have to endure some pressure.
Arsenal's winning run coincided with Manuel Almunia's promotion to the team, and he's still the preferred choice in goal. It's a settled back four since William Gallas returned to the team. And Thomas Rosicky returns to the starting lineup after a 7-match absence with a hamstring injury. The addition of an extra midfielder means just one recognised striker in Emmanuel Adebayor, and a place on the bench for Theo Walcott. All of Arsenal's substitutes full internationals.
Well, I guess for the first time this season, do we dare suggest a little bit of caution from the Arsenal manager? Going for that 5-man midfield. He has done it here a few times before. He does like to fill the midfield. They're all good on the ball, that's the thing. Eboué, Fabregas, Flamini, Kleb and Rosicky. And of those, 4 of them will be allowed to travel. He won't. He's the one who's told, you sit, you back it up, you be the insurance. And the other 4, the rotation about the pitch is fantastic. Can turn up anywhere ahead of the play if they want to, so that's going to be Liverpool's biggest problem. At the other end, I think it's becoming a settled and a good back four. Plenty pace along that back four to cope with Torres, but Torres is good in the air, and I'm not so sure they can cope as well in that department.
Well, Toure and Gallas will at least be relieved to see Peter Crouch absent from the starting lineup after the damage that he did to them last season. A hat-trick I seem to remember you calling the perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot header.
Yeah, I mean, I can only suggest it must have influenced his selection. But when he was interviewed earlier by Jeff Shreves, he gave us a clue to his thinking, I think, when he said it was between Torres and Crouch. Now, there's absolutely no reason why Torres and Crouch can't play together. You've got Crouch's height flicking things on, you get Torres' pace going in behind or coming short for it. So he could have played the two, but when he said one or the other, it gave you that suggestion that Voronin and Kuyt were going to be occupying wide areas quite a bit in this game.
Well, it may have been a fairly gloomy week for Liverpool in the city of one of their greatest triumphs. That defeat in Istanbul in midweek has left a bit of an air of gloom over the place, but this is the perfect fixture to show that they can bounce back.
Well, it's only the perfect fixture if they win it. What is a perfect fixture for, Rob, is no problem in lifting the players. If any were feeling down after Wednesday, there isn't a problem. It's not Middlesbrough away or something like that, with the greatest of respect, or Derby away. It's a game that will lift the players automatically. Now, will it lift them to a performance? The next 90 minutes will give us the answer to that.
But from the point of view of Liverpool's opponents, Arsene Wenger says it's the first real challenge his team have faced as well. Their young team has progressed. They've won their last 12 matches. They're unbeaten in 22 now in all competitions, but this is the first of the other teams in the Big Four that they face this season.
Blackburn away, Tottenham away, local derby. I wouldn't call them easy fixtures, and they've gone to those grounds and come home unscathed. All right, didn't win at Blackburn, but apart from a goalkeeping error, they might well have done.
was a special Anfield atmosphere. William Gallas and Steven Gerrard. Gerrard, who was proved not to be untouchable in the last Premier League game when he was taken off in that victory at Goodison, the only win that Liverpool have managed in their last 4 games. Well, Liverpool are back home, but they've lost that winning feeling. Can they regain it when they take on Arsenal? It's live next.
It's still one of the great Premier League fixtures. Liverpool against Arsenal. It's up next, live. We saw Bolton and Villa draw 1-1 earlier. Everton have won at Derby 2-0, and it's goalless at White Hart Lane, where Tottenham are playing Blackburn. If you wish to go interactive this afternoon, if you're a Sky Digital viewer, push the red button on the remote and follow the instructions to that menu page. As you are, as you've seen, match commentators Andy Gray and Rob Hawthorne.
It's a first appearance in this fixture for Fernando Torres, back after a thigh injury sustained when on international duty with Spain. He actually scored on his last appearance against Tottenham, and if the new Spurs manager Juan de Ramos needs any advice about the Premier League, maybe he'll be consulting Rafa Benitez. 2 titles in 3 years with Valencia, but 3 years now with Liverpool, and still to bring the Premier League title to Anfield. It is a head-to-head between the last 2 remaining unbeaten teams in the Premier League. Arsenal start the game looking to, or will eventually start the game, looking to restore their position at the top of the table, having been knocked off the top yesterday by Manchester United's win. Here's Alexander Hleb, now Adebayor. Rosicky started wide left, that's Steven Gerrard for Liverpool.
Well, you can't trust Rafael Benitez, having worked at that shadow work before the game, with Voronin right and Cout left. They've switched those 2. Voronin started on the left, Cout on the right. Steven Gerrard fairly advanced. He might just try and play off Flamini this afternoon, Steven Gerrard, and really work him. Alonso and Mascherano will be asked to do that, to keep the ball, pass it. You do feel when Liverpool lose it, they have to put pressure on Arsenal. If they stand off, Arsenal have shown already they're not shy in passing this ball about the pitch.
Certainly don't want for patience, Arsene Wenger's team. They've ground down teams when they've needed to this season, but the one constant has been that they've scored in every game they've played. It's Dirk Kuyt, he and Gerrard somewhat boxed in. To add to Liverpool's woes this week, yesterday's results saw them tumble out of the top 4, although a victory today will take them back up to 3rd in the Premier League table.
Do you know, it's almost like, you talk about diamonds, 4-4-2, it's almost like a front diamond Liverpool are playing. You've got Torres at the top, and then you've got Cout and Voronin just off slightly, and then Stevie Gerrard at the bottom of that. You would have to consider this an attacking diamond of 4 players.
Trying to second-guess a Rafa Benitez team is a hobby of many, and not one that's usually achieved. Jamie Carragher. Headed clear by Gallas. Got away from Alonso, and this is Adebayor. Hleb up in support to his left. He's past Hupia. Carragher came across in the end.
No, it's a tough one, that. Because as Jamie Carragher comes across, the ball doesn't really change direction. There was some trouble there, little mistake from Xavi Alonso. And I think Adebayor was very quick to get at Sami Hyypiä. That's just a mistake. There was no thought of turning back here. It was past one. And as Jamie Carragher comes over, well, I think he's a bit fortunate to get away with the free kick, because the ball doesn't change direction really. It's through his legs. It's contact with Adebayor. I think that's a free kick.
Well, the instant concern for Liverpool was the welfare of Jamie Carragher. Back on his feet. He may even just have been caught by John Arnorisa as he moved past his own player. Well, he is going to have to come off temporarily, but they hope it is only temporary. Xabi Alonso has just dropped back there to cover just for now. As Fabregas returns the ball. And Carragher returns to the field. Here's Risa. Looking long for Torres. Toure behind it, that's Voronin. By Fabregas, who got caught then by Andre Voronin.
Well, I was going to say, be lucky if he doesn't get booked for that. He's a little frustrated because he does that and misses the ball, and he's just lunging at the end. Ball's gone, catches the Achilles area of Fabregas. There you go there, that's a painful one. Nasty that. Quite right to be booked.
First booking since his arrival here for Andre Voronin. On by Flamini and away by Sami Hyypiä. Junior a long way from goal.
The only thing that worries me when I come and watch teams like this and games like this is that they settle for what they've got at the beginning of the match at the end of it. And they can be a little like that. Obviously, if someone scores, then that changes the game totally. And I just hope it flows and we see some of the football that both these teams are capable of at their best.
Clichy.
Flamini. That's the pressure I'm talking about.
It was Gerrard who applied it. Here's Finnan. Good play from Steve Finnan, and it's Gerrard who started it and very nearly finished it as well. Fabregas took down Alonso right on the edge.
Well, the suggestion that Alonso goes swallow diving here. Ball comes out there, lifts it, catches him quite clearly. Might have made it look more than it was, but this is lovely football. I talked about pressure, I talked about Stevie G playing on Flamini, and that's exactly where all that started. Probably for weeks Flamini's received the ball in positions like that and have been able to turn, pick a pass out. Didn't think it would happen today. Gerrard was right on him. Ball was won, and Arsenal were in trouble.
Well, Gerrard's hunger and desire there for all to see. His pressure started that move, and it was his shot that forced Almunia into his first action of the afternoon. He might test the goalkeeper again here.
Well, they've got to hit this. Whether it's shifted and hit, it doesn't matter. Trying to block the blockers, if you like, the ones that whoever's going to charge Steven Gerrard down. Fabregas is your answer. Couch job to block him.
Gerrard! The perfect response to the critics who feel he's been below par this season. That shows them.
Well, you wouldn't have said that if you'd have seen him on Wednesday. He was the one. almost single-handedly he dragged his team back into that European tie. But this is a thunderous strike. Absolutely thunderous. It's not far from Almunia, but it's past him before he can even blink. It's technically beautifully struck. And it's the best start possible for Rafael Benitez's side.
His 400th game for Liverpool, and Steven Gerrard marks it in majestic fashion. His first league goal since the opening weekend of the season. A cracking strike, and just the sort of pick-me-up that Liverpool needed, possibly that Gerrard himself needed as well. Here's Rosicki, now Flamini. William Gallas.
And the one place they'll be happy with the ball, not too concerned, is where it is now with centre-backs. But it'll be after that.
Adebayor there, it's too long.
It'll be after that, the pressure will come. As soon as it slid into midfield, Benitez has set his side out. Selection suggests pressure on everybody all over the pitch when they don't have the ball. Well, he's struck some beautiful shots at goal in his life, and that takes some beating. I can't tell you the power that he exerted into that shot.
Boué challenged by Mascherano, and here's Sagna. Boué. This is Hleb. Fouled by Sami Hyypiä.
Well, I think we're really set up now, because if Arsenal talked about maybe they'd have come here settling for a point, happy with the point, but if Arsenal had any thoughts of that whatsoever, and those thoughts have gone, and now they have to open up and play, I think they've just been caught cold here today.
Fabregas over the kick. Adebayor and Touré both in there for it. It's cleared by Risa in the end. Hleb with the shot.
Well, had to sort himself out quickly, Alexander Hleb. He didn't have much time. Liverpool don't deal with it very well. They scramble it away more than anything, but he doesn't have the time to do an awful lot.
And then men of the moment, Alexander Hleb. And Arsenal, their defence breached so early. They'd come into this match off the back of a couple of clean sheets. Here's Boué, given away to Mascherano, now Risa. Flamini. Boué. It's Fabregas looking for Adebayor.
Well, people talk about the changing face of Arsenal. That's it, you see it there. Fabregas looking to play it long for Adebayor. Just a little early going in there, Adebayor. But it's a ball they do look for. It's close, but he's just off. They look for it more often than they've ever done. No Henry's departure.
Here's Voronin. Touré's header away. Voronin's there again. Move broken up by Fabregas. Here's Boué. Clichy. Adebayor. Now Flamini.
Pressure was there, wasn't it? Didn't he do well to deal with it, though?
Here's Sagna. Fabregas. Gallas. Now Hleb. It's Fabregas who hits it.
He doesn't often make bad choices, says Fabregas, but I guess if you've got 9 already in total this season, you're entitled to take it on. I don't think we'll see that man too concerned at the moment. Won't be happy his team have lost the goal, obviously, but better to go one down after 10 minutes than in the last 10 minutes.
Peter Crouch warming up. He was Arsenal's destroyer here in March.
I don't know if somebody's got a problem. I saw Mascherano indicate to the manager that he pointed up top, that front line. I don't know if someone's got a problem. We'll find out shortly.
Here's Count, Xabi Alonso. Finnan, hanging around by Clichy.
He committed to that from a long way away, Gael Clichy. If Finnan had just slipped the ball away from him there was no stopping him.
Here's Alonso. Mascherano. Risa. Cleared by Sanya, only to Risa. Good recovery though by Aboué. That's Fabregas. Adebayor's touch, now Flamini. Rosicky just couldn't help it out to Kleb.
Oh, that was so unlucky. That was a lovely passage of football there. Passing was slick, accurate, quick. Running off the ball was top class.
The momentum just stalled by an offside flag.
Well, I've always thought that. Arsenal won the ball back. Play should have been allowed to go on. I don't know why Howard Webb's put his whistle to his mouth and Arsenal have got possession.
Toure, who of course was sent off by Howard Webb, along with Emmanuel Adebayor in last season's Carling Cup final. Here's Risa. Now Sami Hyypiä. Header on by Count. And Gerrard.
Well, there were signs that he was on his way back. I think there are anyway. I saw it on Wednesday. Thought it was a tremendous game. Was the one individual in red, or in Liverpool shirt on Wednesday. He did his bit. He made a few.
Alonso pressure. Rosicky. Here's Kleb. Now Adebayor. Slebu breaks free, just checks to see where Aboué is. He's getting into the box.
What a take.
Aboué's cross. Too long for Adebayor. Cross didn't match the take.
We have a game, I'm telling you, we have a game. Because Arsenal have showed they're happy to accept the pressure from Liverpool. And their philosophy is going to stay the same. We're going to pass it, we're going to take it under pressure, we're going to work the ball. And that's a little advantage there, you see it. The opening 15 minutes, well, the one down. Got plenty of the ball.
Well, they've lost their last 3 league visits to Anfield since a victory back in October 2003, although they won twice in cup competitions here last year in the space of 3 days. Really ended Liverpool's hunt for domestic trophies with those successes. Here's Count, looking for Torres. Toure got in the way.
Well, that's 2 situations. Again, Fabregas back in his skill, under pressure. Not the place to lose the ball 30 yards from your own goal. It's cost him 1 already.
Flamini. Now Fabregas. This is Clichy. Back by Adebayor. William Gallas.
Trying to congest it, that middle of the field. The back 4. In the midfield, 4 or 5 at times are very close together. Trying to restrict the space for Arsenal to play the ball into. There.
Kleb. Fabregas takes it in his stride. It's Adebayor! And Reina came out well to close it down.
Oh, what a save. Because he doesn't go to ground. If he goes to ground, diving out, and Adebayor flicks it over the top of him. There's a little touch there that took it away from Alonso, from Aboué, and that was crucial. But watch the keeper stay up big. Look at that. If he slides in, goes to ground, and that's a goal, because he's nicked it over the top with him.
Toure was stretching. Couch, cleared by Toure. Reaches Hleb, who's got Adebayor up ahead of him.
Just played it blind.
Sanya. Here's Aboué. Cleared by Carragher to Toure.
Just again, Adebayor. Just a little anxious there. Again, Adebayor to get it at the back of Liverpool. But they'll keep trying, they'll keep trying. And the problem for Liverpool is if he gets one right. He's had a chance. And it's in these sort of areas where I guess Benitez will say, squeeze right in everybody into the corner, make it really difficult for them to get out and win the ball. Like that.
Carragher. Aboué. His header clear. Steven Gerrard, now Alonso. Clichy's header. Gallas. Put away from Gerrard. It's Carragher who stops him.
They do have some pace all over the football pitch on this side, Arsenal. That's unquestioned.
Clichy. Cleared by Carragher. And they came back from a goal down on the opening weekend of the season against Fulham. It was a position that was familiar to them last year. And how they achieved a lot of their wins, Arsenal, through conceding first. But this year, most of them have been founded on clean sheets. There's Fabregas making progress.
Not sure why that isn't a free kick, but great feet. Such good feet, confidence. Sami getting near the ball. It's got to be a free kick.
No free kick there for Torres. Here's Hleb. Rosicki coming in from the left. And Hupia hooks it to safety, does he? Aboué! Good header clear in the end by Jamie Carragher.
Well, he doesn't often make bad decisions, but I think he's made one there, the goalkeeper. He goes into no man's land.
Here's Aboué. Well, Aboué has given it away and given Liverpool the chance to break. Sanya stops Gerrard from doing so.
Yeah, a bit of the ball.
Fabregas, Adebayor. Now Rosicki. Cleared by Sami Hupia. Voronin looking for Torres. Flamini's header.
So it might have been offside there. Adebayor.
It looked as though he might have come back from an offside position, but the flag stayed down. Here's Fabregas looking for Adebayor.
Nearly. I have to be honest, we've had about a quarter of the match, and I think Arsenal have been terrific. I mean that. Another one down, but I think they've been terrific, Arsenal. Again, look at this. The question is, does Reina need to come that far from goal? Knows the answer. Plenty of defenders around. But lack of support really costs Arsenal here. Sami Hyypiä must have had the thought, not another one, please.
Yes.
Facing his own goal, difficult clearance, 5 yards out.
2 own goals in the last 2 matches, and 1 in this fixture as well for Sami Hyypiä. In fact, the last time that Arsenal won a Premier League game here, back in October 2003. Kleb, touch from Adebayor. Gerrard.
They can't get the ball, Liverpool. They cannot get the football. And when they get it, it's coming back too quickly. But for a thunderous swing of the captain's right foot, there would be a few anxious people in this ground.
Mixed feelings for Rafa Benitez at the moment. His team have got the early breakthrough, but it's Arsenal making all the running. Rosicky, Adebayor, Kaut. Here's Gerrard.
Side. Oh, they would have been.
Eboué. Now Flamini. Clichy. Carragher. Flamini. Left by Eboué, not the wisest decision with Alonso there. Torres nothing to his left.
There's such a Liverpool on the back foot, Rob, that's why.
And Touré linking up with Adebayor, the return just too long.
I tell you, he's got every right to be frustrated. I mean that, Touré. Every right, because that's one of the simplest balls Adebayor can lay off today. No pressure. Just open yourself out and play your mate in with a decent ball. Lovely ball, just drop it there. And that's just heavy-handed. Look at the frustration in Kolo Touré's face. He knows another opportunity goes a-begging.
He scored last week against Bolton, his first goal of the season. Touré, he scored in the home game against Liverpool last season, a surge forward then, and he fancied his chances then. Here's Kleb. Adebayor. So much on it for Rosicky. Risa went with him but loses him. Oh, came back off Mascherano.
Oh, you're not surprised at that start, are you? Possession grows. And people have said all along, all week, the build-up to this game, this will test Arsenal. And yeah, it will, because they're 1 down. But I think the football has been absolutely exquisite. If you're sitting at home watching it in a neutral and not enjoying what Arsenal are doing here and the way they're playing, and you don't like the game.
Well, it is their first test against one of the big 4, but typically these things come in twos. They need a draw to go into that showdown with Manchester United ahead of them. Here's Xabi Alonso. He's found the gap for Gerrard. Kaut. Well, he thought it touched the hand of Clichy, does Dirk Kaut.
Well, it's a moment of relief for Liverpool. The corner. Because they've been on the back foot since that goal went in. Well, I do think that both teams at times can be a little vulnerable from set plays, from balls coming across goal.
First corner of the game taken by Gerrard. Hyypiä goes for it. Now Kaut. Pursued all the way by Flamini, who's conceded another. Risa's corner. Hyypiä got up again. Hyypiä back to Gerrard! Wonderful stop.
Well, it's straight at him, I will say that. Beautifully struck. But if it's a yard to his right, then it's number 2 for the captain. Glorious strike again. Sorts himself out very quickly here. Look at that. You'd expect him to save it.
Gerrard in, and Touré away from in front of Voronin. Well, it's moving at some tempo, isn't it, this game? Lay off by Eboué. Here's Rosicky.
Oh, wrong way, turns the other way. Look at them. 1, 2, 3 Arsenal shots.
Carragher now looks for Torres. Followed out there by Kolo Touré, just leaned into him.
Well, that's what I mean about cross balls. Arsenal did not look secure at all. A little passage of play when they've had to deal with 2 corners, and they didn't deal with them very well. And his side, from dominating this game, could easily have been 2-0 down.
Here's Flamini. Eboué. Kleb. And Mascherano. Kout. Finnan. Gallas. Here's Clichy. Now Rosicky. Clichy. Xabi Alonso put under pressure by Carl Clichy.
Well, just at that last corner, certainly one of the corners, Steven Gerrard took the first one. Just Sanya guilty of putting his arm up here, and Asupia heads it, the ball comes off the arm. And I think that would have been hugely harsh if a penalty's given there, but when your arms and your hands go above shoulder level, I always think the referee has a decision to make then.
Here's Gerrard. Count. Gerrard just waited and Eboué seized the moment. Fabregas. Adebayor. Well, Eboué has gone down, holding his face. Fabregas strikes a shot against Steven Gerrard. Reina stumbled then, but still got to it. Carragher was the player closest to him when he went down. No great appeals from elsewhere in the Arsenal camp.
Yeah, I think you look at the players, I'm never quite sure what to do. Honestly, I have to be, and I might be wrong here because I haven't seen this, but honestly, with Emmanuel Eboué, I'm never ever sure. As I said, I'm never sure. It's a little fend off from Jamie Carragher.
Well, Eboué seemed to want to go in search of Jamie Carragher, and then Emmanuel Adebayor saved him from himself. Carragher defending himself against William Gallas. But Eboué, who has had this in his past, hasn't he? Exaggerating incidents. Certainly made the most of that.
I think so. I think so.
Here's Kleb. Gerrard won the tackle, although he did hurt himself in the process, actually.
And launched into that, Steven Gerrard. Launched into it. 100%. And often when you're at a full stretch like that, Kleb's coming in from the other side. He might just have caught Steven Gerrard. A little bit of impact.
100% is how he plays the game. He knows no other way. Steven Gerrard.
And he stretched that right leg out, and he might just have caught the ankle. Run a bit there, maybe just above it on the shin. But this game has flown by. I look at the clock and see nearly 32 minutes, and it really has flown by.
Gerrard's ball. Now Flamini. This is Clichy. Away by Risa. Foreign in.
It's gone, is it? No, stayed in.
Certainly they couldn't keep it in. Chance to remind you of some Carling Cup action coming up this week. Coventry against West Ham United is live Sky Sports 1 and HD1 Tuesday from 7:30. And it's Sheffield United against Arsenal. That's live on Sky Sports 2 and HD2 Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We'd expect it to be a very different Arsenal team to the one we're seeing today. Here's Rosicky. Now Flamini. Fabregas. Back by Kleb to Fabregas, and now Rosicky. Great craft again from Arsenal. Is it going to lead them anywhere this time? Eboué. Bakary Sagna.
Funny, when I was just thinking what George Graham was saying, Arsenal only know how to play one way, and I was just thinking of a word, well. That might sound stupid, but losing 1-0, but I can't
wondering
find
how, aren't you?
I can't find a fault with what they've done. I really can't. They only didn't charge the ball down well enough. That's the only thing you would say, picking the bones out of this performance. And Liverpool know they've been up against it today. Stuck in well, defended quite well. And look where the ball's been camped for the majority of the last 10 minutes. A quarter of this game's been in that last third. Liverpool's defence.
Amazing, isn't it? All the stats stack up against Liverpool except the most important one.
Yeah. There's only one that matters in the end.
Flamini. On by Torres. Here's Gallas. Here's Alonso. Count.
Ball's out.
Now Gallas. This is Toure. Clichy.
I'm fairly happy, as I said, for Liverpool. Arsenal have the ball here.
Eboué. Fabregas. Eboué takes over again. Flamini. Now Rosicky. Clichy. Looking for Adebayor. Risa. Now Count.
Well, I feel a little bit for the front three of Liverpool, Voronin, Torres and Count, because most of their work, certainly the wide two, Count and Torres and Voronin, has been in their own half. They've had virtually nothing to get involved with in the top end, but that might change right now.
As Flamini has conceded a free kick, upending Steven Gerrard.
Well, 3 Liverpool attempts from guess who?
The man who scored the goal.
Correct. That's not bad.
All of them on target.
Yeah, what the goalkeeper.
Heavy landing from Emmanuel Adebayor.
I don't know what happened here. Oh, it's just an arm across his stomach. To be fair, these players have got stomach muscles like rock. No, it wasn't quite, Arsene, it wasn't quite. It's a stray arm, but in all honesty, the six-packs that these boys have got shouldn't really trouble it an awful lot.
I'm sure he'll be fine shortly. Hope you're not rushing across to offer any sympathy.
It was a drop ball as a decision because he blew the whistle while the ball was in play. It's what that, another non-contested drop ball.
Well, Adebayor is back on.
Well, he's got some good options there. Arsenal manager, I'm talking about the top end of the pitch. Walcott fresh from his fantastic performance in midweek. Nicholas Bentner, another one who I think very, very highly of at Arsenal. So we've got two young changes he can make in the top end if he needs to.
It's an option that he may use in the second half, but for now, everything has been going Arsenal's way, except the fact that they're trailing here. And here's Mascherano. Now Kaut. Aboué. Fabregas. This is Clichy. Now Kleb. A chance for Gallas and Touré to get forward here. Sanya in there too. Fabregas delivers. Carragher away. Adebayor. And Flamini both going for the same ball. Portsmouth were the last team to stop Arsenal from scoring at the back end of last season.
That's a daft challenge. Real daft challenge. A team that struggled from balls coming in. He's got nowhere to go here, Aboué, and he just straight through the back of Torres. Up comes Hupia, not so Jamie Carragher, but it gives them a chance to put people in there. And for Gerrard or Risa to fizz one in an area where they haven't looked watertight, Arsenal.
Gerrard's kick.
And one just ahead of it, every one of them. All in ahead of the ball. Great ball. Fizzes this in. It's just a yard behind them.
Here's Vorner. Count. For Torres. Now Fabregas.
Little collector's item. Misplaced pass. Remember.
Sanya, this is his 13th game for Arsenal. He's not been on the losing side so far. Fled. Sanya again. Toure. Boué. And the flag stays down for Adebayor.
Well, he never sorted it out quick enough. Certainly everyone went looking wide to the linesman for a flag that never came.
Mascherano. Here's Risa. Flamini covering behind Bakary Sagna. Cleared by Sami Hyypiä. Adebayor. Kleb. Now Count. Gallas. Clichy. Rosicky. Toure. No. Torres.
Doesn't look quite right to me, Fernando Torres.
There will be a minimum of 3 minutes added time.
3 more minutes to play in the first half. Here's Sagna. Now with Boué. Kleb.
He's looking for the free kick, but not getting it.
And Torres beaten off the ball by Fabregas. Here's a Boué. Lost out to Mascherano. They need Torres up the top now, but he's still down. Flamini has won it back. And they're playing on.
Well, Mascherano could have put it out, so there's no reason why Arsenal should. I've got no sympathy with Liverpool on this.
It's Clichy. It's Rosicky's head.
They might have to make a decision about Torres at half-time. Doesn't look quite right to me. Here, gets the ball, doesn't sort out pressure immediately. It's not much of a tackle at all. But enough for him to feel it.
I saw Crouch warming up earlier and wondered if there might be a problem with Torres. There's a gamble for Rafa Benitez to start with him straight away. After that thigh injury he picked up while away with Spain. Toure stops Torres getting through there. He doesn't look happy at all, does he, Fernando Torres? Here's Rosicky. Adebayor. Slipped away by Couch. It's as though they may send Crouch on before half-time, although Rafa Benitez has just checked his watch and maybe thinks better of it.
Well, they've only got a minute, so why just wait, I would. unless they have made the definitive decision.
Here's Adebayor.
And yet again, big front man's touch lets him down. Yeah, not happy. Lovely little run from Rosicky.
That'll be the last touch we'll see Torres have in this game. Much to admire about Arsenal at half-time, but Steven Gerrard, the heart and soul of Liverpool, the man who's come up with the goods again. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
We've got live Carling Cup football on 2 nights this week. Tuesday it's Coventry against West Ham from 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Wednesday Sheffield United against the Gunners here from 7 on Sky Sports 2. Both matches available in high definition. Liverpool lead here by 1-0. Steven Gerrard's goal. Andy said midway through the half, George, Arsenal are trailing, but he said, I can't see that they've done too much wrong. It's been a wonderful exhibition, hasn't it?
Well, Richard, you'll not see many teams that dominate Liverpool at Anfield in the first 25 minutes especially. But the thing is, they didn't score, and what happens? Liverpool get a goal, so it's something that they can cling on to. And the longer the first half is gone, I think Liverpool, not playing well, but they're defending a lot better. And even though for all Arsenal's dominance, they haven't really tested the goalkeeper with maybe one exception. So I would think, just looking at the game, it looks as if Arsenal are the home side and Liverpool are the away side, with the domination, the way they're passing and the movement, the wonderful play that they have, but they've not really punished Liverpool enough.
What about Steven Gerrard?
He's different class. I mean, that's what he does. He makes things happen. And it's all about him. Not only does he score the goal, he makes it as well. Which is his tackle initially on Matteo Flamini. There he is, number 8. You can see him in there. Look at this tackle. Goes to ground, wins it. And this pretty much set up this goal, because I think they have a shot. A great piece of play from Steve Finn and Stevie Gerrard again. The ball then gets, well, brought back out, recycled, whatever way you want to do it. And this is it's definitely a free kick outside the box. Good piece of play by Alonso. Reed's interception. I think that was what they did for the first 10 minutes. They was all over their midfield, all over Flamini, all over Fabregas. But after that, the dominance then changed. And look at this. What a great strike. I'm sure Arsene Wenger will be so disappointed, because you can see the wall. Flamini comes away from the wall, number 16, and then that leaves a gap. Can you see it there? Right through the gap. And it's a great strike. Almunia has no chance.
Not enough people in the wall, Richard. If it was me, I would have had at least 4 players with somebody else closing down, the 5th player closing down. For me, the wall sort of disintegrated far too easily to get right through it.
I think he'll have to make a change, though. I think Peter Crouch has to come on. Alonso, they've literally played with 10 men all half. He's not been able to get out of a sprint. He's not been moving Torres. He really has struggled for 45 minutes. And the last couple of minutes, it was obvious that
he's only warming up for one reason, presumably.
Sorry, yeah, he's coming on. There's no two ways about it. Torres is not right. I think he's probably made his injury even worse by playing. He's not been right, as he judged.
But the funny thing is, although Liverpool have been dominated possession-wise, they actually look very, very dangerous at set pieces. And they actually could score another goal from a set piece, because they've been a wee bit unfortunate, even though Arsenal have completely dominated the first 45 minutes.
The one attempt that Arsenal did have on target was Adebayor's at the end again of another lovely passage of play, but it's too early to say, isn't it? But chances are plenty. In the past, Arsenal have created, Jamie, and missed.
This is a lovely pass. Look at the weight, look at the crispness of that pass. Completely cuts out Steve Finnan. He's unlucky. But Pepe Reina stands big, and it's a really good decision. From Liverpool's point of view, I think they need to score again. To win this game, they will need to score again, because I can see Arsenal unlocking the door. Their crispness of passing has been so good, and I just think they've got a goal in them. Liverpool will need 2 to win this game.
There's been a late goal at White Hart Lane. Tell you about that when we come back. It's a winner. But for who? I feel like Jeff Stelling here. I'll tell you when we come back. Liverpool lead by 1-0. A word about what lies awaits for Arsenal after the midweek match at Sheffield United. Next Saturday, it's Arsenal against Manchester United midday. We've got it live on Sky Sports 1. A match also available in high definition. Juan de Ramos has been at White Hart Lane this afternoon. Spurs have been beaten by Blackburn Rovers. We started the day watching Bolton and Villa. That finished 1 apiece. Everton have won at Derby. by 2-0. Yakubu, the scorer of their second late on. Liverpool leading, as we know, against Arsenal. Spurs went in front with a Robbie Keane penalty. Benny McCarthy equalised, and Samba scored 3 minutes into stoppage time. They go 5th now, Blackburn, on the back of 4 straight wins. Don't forget, Football First tonight from 10 with Matt Lorenzo on Sky Sports 1. No confirmation yet, but we suspect that Peter Crouch is coming on for Fernando Torres, and Arsenal, not just this ahead of them, but also Manchester United next Saturday as well. First, there's 45 minutes of football, George, for them to get back into this. Can you see them changing much, if anything?
Arsenal? I don't think so, no. I think Arsenal just say same again. Probably 2 things were picked out. Defending much better at set pieces, and a bit of finishing to their wonderful approach play. Their approach play until they attack in third, top drawer, but they've got to get some more efforts in and goal.
Do you agree with Jamie that Liverpool, to win it, almost certainly need another goal?
Not necessarily. I mean, Liverpool are famous, you know, for on their trips before, and about organised and being very well organised, very disciplined. It seems to suit them today, the 4-3-3. They're leaving one up when they're defending, so they're making it hard for Arsenal, and that's why Arsenal, even though they've dominated, they've not created many chances.
The system certainly suits Steven Gerrard, Jamie, doesn't it? Gives him plenty of freedom.
He's the big guys coming on.
Crouch on.
He's got a massive role to play because they've not retained the ball well enough for me, Liverpool. There's been times where the ball has literally been coming back and they've been asking for trouble. And I'm always thinking about Voronin as well, maybe. Benayoun might be able to come on because they need to keep the ball, because if they keep giving it away and you keep chasing it as Liverpool are doing, you're going to get tired, and I think you're going to ask for problems. And Arsenal are so good at unlocking that door. I fear for it. I think Arsenal got a goal in them.
Liverpool attacking the Kop end. Confirmation of the change with Andy Gray and Rob Hawthorne.
Yes, Peter Crouch, whose hat-trick against Arsenal was one of the highlights of last season and the highlights of his career, comes on in the second half to take the place of Fernando Torres. No surprise to see him on the field, Andy.
No, not at all. So Torres looked for the majority of the half to be struggling. Wonder what language they're talking in.
Apparently they trade information on other midfielders on a week-by-week basis, but neither has given the other the inside track on their teammates ahead of this one today.
No, but Crouch will do Liverpool a power of good in the respect that he will add to the threat from set play should Liverpool get any corners, free kicks around the edge of the box. And in general play, the ball's gone up, and the one thing Peter Crouch is pretty good at, if it's up in the air, has been able to bring it down, get it under control, buy a bit of time for people like Steven Gerrard maybe to join him.
Well, there's Arsenal's air of invincibility for this season about to be ended here. And will it be Liverpool who are last men standing as the Premier League's unbeaten team? Still plenty to do if they're to hold on to the advantage that Steven Gerrard gave them early on in this contest. Xabi Alonso charged down by Alexander Hleb. I wonder at what stage Arsene Wenger will start contemplating changes, with Theo Walcott and Nicholas Bentner available to him if the need arises.
Well, I would imagine he'll give this side that's played so well in the first half at least 15 minutes, I would think, to get back level. And one thing he will want to do is, if he has to change it, is give the people coming on an opportunity or time enough to influence the game.
Here's Alonso. Now John Arnorisa.
Well, I can see what he's trying to do early on. Why not? Just throw one in there. Peter Crouch is there. Just didn't make a very good job of the cross.
Crouch against the same two central defenders he faced in that 4-1 victory here back at the end of March. But before coming on here, he played only 85 minutes of Premier League football this season. Started only one game in the league. Really has slipped down the pecking order. Toure looking for Adebayor. And it's cleared by Philip.
And that's a ball that they do like to use. Scored quite a few goals this season already, knocking that big diagonal to Adebayor.
Jose Reina has played in every game this season except their League Cup victory at Reading. It's Crouch with the header on. Lead from Gallas. Not so with the pass though, it's Finnan. And Toure away. Kleb. Now Flamini. Dispossessed by Mascherano. Gallas away. Now Fabregas. This is Rosicky.
Just overhit that. Now you talk about ever-presence. Reina, the only one of the outfield players who only played 9 games before today. The best is Jamie Carragher. Only one has played 8. Started 8 games. And that's Jamie Carragher. No one else has played 8 or 9. But you look at the Arsenal side, 6 of the outfield players have played 8 or 9 of their games, or started, sorry, 8 or 9. So there's a real consistency about the selection policy of Arsene Wenger at the beginning of the season.
And that stability vindicated with the results they've achieved so far. Here's Clichy. It's Carragher. Now Gerrard. Tussle with Toure. Fabregas. Now Kleb. Rosicky. Kleb. Fabregas onto it. Happier reacted. Risa in the end got it away.
That was good. 2 players going to ground, committed to the tackle, both getting up, uncomplaining, getting on with it. Well, the Kop are trying to lift Liverpool. We'd like to see a bit of action down that end, second half.
Well, you do get the sense that Liverpool need the security of another goal. Risa's throw, looking for Crouch. Will it drop to Voronin? It falls instead for Kout. And trying to feed Voronin, he allows Clichy to clear. Now Rosicky. Xabi Alonso. Finnan. Voronin. Alonso. Toure stretching. And it's Sanya who brings it clear.
Well, just look a little suspect again, that ball going in. Should have dealt with it comfortably. For Toure and Sanya almost made a mess of it.
Clichy. Alonso. Rosicky's tackle, and it has the referee reaching into his pocket.
Well, Liverpool have started the second half the way they did the first, by a high tempo to the game, putting Arsenal under pressure, asking questions, trying to win the ball high up the pitch, looking for that second goal that might prove crucial. But they only did it for 10-15 minutes, and then Arsenal's passing began to dominate. We'll see how this second half pans out.
Here's Kout. Well, Liverpool are still the Premier League's most successful club against Arsenal. Most wins and most goals against them since the Premier League came into being. There's Gerrard. Now Kleb. It's a Boué's cross.
No, poor decision. I thought he had to buy some time for somebody. Only Adebayor there, and well covered by Hoopie and Carragher.
Crouch. Well hit!
What a save. That's a proper save. But that's what I meant about Crouch. Anything tossed up that high, he can do that. He can get control of it. He's got very good touch. It's a lovely strike, just close enough to Almunia. But Colo Torre is out giving the job of marking him, and there's a big difference in size there. Look at that. Looks a mismatch, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and Toure still some presence. Sanya away, ensuring that it doesn't reach Crouch.
And Liverpool have started this half really well.
Here's Gerrard. On by Crouch. On by Clichy from Voronin. Rosicky tried to turn away from Mascherano, but was helped down by the Liverpool man.
I'm not so sure why they're over there moaning. Fabregas and Torre ran about 40 yards to get into Howard Webb's face. It's only a foul.
Here's Fabregas. Clichy. Dallas. Toure. Boué. Kleb. And on to Emmanuel Boué. He's hit the post. Fabregas! Oh, the goal was gaping, waiting for Fabregas to deliver the equaliser.
Brilliant football. Could he have taken a touch, the young genius? It's the only question I want to ask, because the build-up was stunning. I think he could. I think he could. Not saying I'm making that as an excuse, but steady, take a touch, pick your spot. Absolutely acres of space and lots of time. Golden opportunity. First threat of the second half from Arsenal, and it was a big one.
Fabregas now just hoping that Arsenal aren't punished for that miss. Here's Sanya.
I've seen some good hits today, haven't we? Gerrard's goal, Gerrard's other half volley, Crouch's strike, and Aboui's there off the upright. Flew past Reina at his near post.
Trippier away, and Toure steps in. Sanya.
Ooh, that's a lunge. That's a lunge. That's dangerous. I don't know what he saw from the back, Howard Webb. That was a lunge and a jump.
It's a yellow card he's got.
You can see it coming. We're looking at this from this angle. Oh, that's a jump in. That is a big jump in. Both feet off the ground again. Jumping at the player. Might consider himself fortunate, Javier Mascherano.
Well, he collects his second yellow of the season. Is there further punishment to come for Liverpool? Fabregas with a kick. Reina put a touch to it. Finnan.
He wasn't winning that race against Clichy when he dummied that Mascherano. You just notice Howard Webb just tracked him, Mascherano, for about a few yards there, whispering in his ear. Obviously with that tackle in mind. They're just getting a little frustrated, Arsenal. A few complaints now.
Here's Toure. Now Flamini. Here's Kleb. Won by Fabregas for Adebayor. Kleb. Rosicky. Clichy. Driven against Finnan. Now they're loading men in there, but the corner's already been taken quickly to Thomas Rosicky, and now they could have a problem if Liverpool break.
Got one ball on, and that was it.
Voronin can't hold it up. Toure. Fall short for Gallas, and this is Risa. Alonso picks out Steven Gerrard. 4 Liverpool players to his right as Gerrard takes on Ibue and takes it too far.
Well, we only saw that challenge from behind, like the referee. Just wondered what it looked like from the other side. Oh, look at that. Managed to get his right leg out the way, that's what I would say. But I always think when you take off like that, when both feet leave the ground in a jump at the player, you're giving the referee a problem. I think in fairness, having seen it, I think Howard Webb got it just about right.
So we saw it last week, didn't we? Goodison with Dirk Kuyt as well, although obviously a much higher and more dangerous jump.
Well, 6 attempts, not bad. I can't remember Reina making too many saves, only the one in that first half from Adebayor when he came to block it. Fabregas is a chance, isn't it? You just fully expect someone with his talent just to take a touch on it and just smash it in.
That's the way he's been banging in the goals this season. It didn't look as though it would be anything but a goal. Here's Sami Hyypiä. Now Mascherano. It's Risa. Away by Sagna. Arsene Wenger a bit on edge at the moment. Carragher.
I'm not so sure he got that right.
Rosicky. Clichy.
That's the right decision again. Clichy's going at full pace here. He doesn't jump in here. He just keeps running. Doesn't really make a tackle. Pulls his foot away at the last minute. Just crashes into him.
Cleared by Toure. Strike from Crouch. What a decent attempt. Oh, and a stumble by Clichy gives Gerrard a chance to make something of it. Mascherano. Now Alonso. Gerrard. Alonso. Into play in Finnan. Rosicky tracked back well.
And dangerous ball, that. Mascherano spotted it.
Here's Flamini.
Change it.
As he's picked out Ibue, Sagna's got forward in support of him.
He did a shout. Fabregas just indicating, putting his hands to his mouth with a call.
Oh, past the hour mark, here's Arsene Wenger tempted to change things here.
He's got his subs out there.
Here's Gallas, this is a good run. Carragher to take on, he showed too much of it to him. Mascherano away, now Kuyt. Clichy closing him down. Clichy. Schleb. Brzezinski. Fabregas.
2v1 here.
Here's Eboué. Schleb.
A little too tight even for Arsenal now. Too many red shirts around. Well, I think we're getting to that stage that maybe Arsene Wenger might just be thinking about change.
Well, Sir Alex Ferguson, this must be one of those rare occasions when he's hoping for a Liverpool win, because if Liverpool achieve it, Manchester United will go into that head-to-head against Arsenal next Saturday noon, Sky Sports 1 and HD1, ahead of Arsenal in the Premier League table. Even if he is supporting Liverpool, I'm sure he's keeping it very, very secret.
Just offside.
Here's Gerrard. Now Voronin, looking to feed in Peter Crouch!
I just wonder if he's on the stretch a little. Lovely break. I'm not so sure the free kick was taken from the right place, but when he feeds him through there, it's always difficult when the ball's gone away from goal and you have to turn it back. It's a good effort. It's had 3 now. Peter Crouch almost catching his skipper.
Well, here's Couts.
Might be looking.
It is.
Arsenal just taking a chance now, and just a little open themselves to the counter. Can't argue with that one. Oh, Peter Crouch just giving his manager a little nudge in the right direction. Maybe he should be used a bit more often.
Another change now being made by the Liverpool manager in throwing on Yossi Benayoun and taking off Andre Voronin.
Yeah, I think this is a decent decision. He spent most of his game defending Andre Voronin. I feel a little for him. And if they want to give the ball to somebody who might just keep it for a little bit, then Benayoun's got that in his locker. I don't think it'll mean any change to the system.
And Liverpool get that second goal they seek. Gerrard's kick, Alonso, and off the line by Touré.
Whistle's gone. I'm not so sure why it's given, who gets in who, but you watch Peter Crouch, look at that back post. No one picked up Crouch. Look at them, they come in, it's Alonso goes up, handball's given there, but look at Peter Crouch at the back. No one near him.
Well, they have looked vulnerable then. Now comes the moment of change for Arsene Wenger. Thomas Rositzky's come back into the starting lineup. Ends early and Theo Walcott comes on to take his place.
Well, I wonder just for a minute whether Kleb would just trot over to the left-hand side here and they'd send Walcott up top with Adebayor, but not to be. We're going to just change light for light. Walcott's going to play down the left here. Obviously instructions to get at Steve Finnan if he can. We shall see.
Here's Touré. Liverpool a man light at the moment with Xabi Alonso off the field. I'm not sure that he's going to return.
No, he's just gone down.
Here's Clichy. Schleb. Here's Eboué. Fabregas. And again.
Bit tight. Bit tight. Nowhere to go. Set there.
It's difficult enough with 11 men against Arsenal, but when you're a man down...
Yeah, we need to get it sorted quickly.
Here's Hleb. Now with Boué. Fabregas. This is Theo Walcott. Boué looking to return it to Walcott. There's a pull of the shirt there by Boué on Mascherano.
Well, he might get booked a bit if he's not careful.
Sorry side for Xabi Alonso, who's only just come back in after not featuring since the middle of September because of that metatarsal in the left foot. And Alvaro Arbeloa now makes his comeback from injury. He'd started every Premier League game up until the Everton match, which he missed with a thigh injury. Now he comes on with the sad sight of Xabi Alonso being helped away.
Well, they'll just play alongside Mascherano, you feel certain of that. More defensive. But they've played like that. They've almost played like with two units today, Liverpool. The back four, and Mascherano and Alonso up till now, just in front of them, who haven't gone very far. And then they've had the other four ahead of that, but they've asked to cause the damage.
Walcott looking today to follow up his European heroics. But the goals that flowed freely against Slavia Prague have not materialised so far for Arsenal at Anfield. Arbeloa. Here's Steven Gerrard. Now Benayoun. Looking for Gerrard. Fabregas saw that. Adebayor. Now Sagna. Boué. This is Flamini. Boué. Flamini. Now Walcott. Gallas. Gallas linking up with Clichy. Adebayor returns it to Gallas. Shut out though by Jamie Carragher. And with Gallas out of position, Liverpool looking to break, only crouch up with Dirk Kuyt.
We have a message from Mr. Alan Wolf.
Holding on to what they have, the objective for Liverpool at the moment.
Yeah. Well, for the majority, his team have defended okay.
Kirby to bring his brothers home as soon as possible.
Here's Walcott. Touré. Now Hleb. Fabregas. Risa. Crouch. Here's Flamini.
Yeah, it was an ambitious ball. He tried to control it with his weaker foot. It's just a little quiet, isn't it, around Anfield? It's at the time in the match, 20 to go. And Liverpool fans know they're getting very close to a big win. Arsenal fans, on the other hand, a little anxious. They might lose for the first time.
It was late strikes that rescued them on the opening day against Fulham, and it might be late goals needed here for Arsenal to get back into this one. Here's Kuyt. Now Gallas. Walcott.
Oh, he took his time. There's a centre-half in midfield who's back to goal. Trying to get his head up and look around.
Here's Adebayor. Sled! Three bodies around him to make life difficult.
Well, it's been much like the first half. When you talk about possession, look at that. We're at Anfield. An early goal. It's given Liverpool something to hold on to. Gilberto is coming on, and I'd imagine Bentner must be there. There he is, Nicholas Bentner.
The two final changes at Arsene Wenger's disposal. Now Risa. Played behind Crouch. Might reflect that he might have been better having a go himself. He's capable. Sanya. Now Kleb.
Benny did well to be back there.
Here's Ibue. Flamini loses his footing and loses out to Mascherano. It's Crouch.
That'll be a fault.
Arsenal free kick. Well, here comes Arsene Wenger's changes. Gilberto is the first man to come on, and Clichy makes way for him. Nicholas Bentner is the other player coming on to replace Emmanuel Ibue.
That'll be Walcott right, Kleb left, Bentner up top, Flamini left back, and Gilberto into his usual position. Changes have been made, last throw of the dice for Arsene Wenger, and 15 minutes to protect an unbeaten run.
Well, Bentner has scored twice in his last 3 games, neither of them in the Premier League. One against Newcastle in the League Cup and the other against Slavia Prague in midweek. Here he is.
Oh, he's a confident lad. He was at Birmingham City last year.
Here's Gerrard. Will Steven Gerrard's goal be decisive? 15 minutes left. Arbeloa. And back by Arbeloa. Now Gerrard. Looking for Crouch. Gallas away, but Risa's here. Great effort!
Well, you never need to worry about this lad's technique, because you know it's 9 times out of 10 faultless. He knows he has to hit it a little earlier than he would have liked, because he's under pressure from Gilberto. Trying to get that one to dip over Almunia. Very, very close.
It's a long time since he scored in the league. John Arne Riise, 13 months.
That's a long time for him. And he's got a cannon of a left foot.
There's a cannon of a left foot then against Tottenham. Here's Gilberto. Given away to Jamie Carragher. Now Crouch. This is Cout. Away by Gallas. Now Bentner. Here's Adebayor. Walcott drives it against John Arne Riise. Walcott wins it back from Arbeloa though.
He stood up a pretty good ball as well from there, but not enough in there from Arsenal. So many men trying to make up the numbers now. Fabregas trying to get there.
Kleb reaches him. And Adebayor. Well, they threw men in his way. Very congested there, but Kleb has it. Bentner, Fabregas. And Carragher has to get rid of it in the end.
Whistle's gone. Well, we're asking here, it's Jamie Carragher again. What's happening there? Yet again, he gets away with it. Yet again. Pulling them back there. It's all scramble going on, jumps in, doesn't make any contact. Fortunately for Carragher, Adebayor. Yet again, pulling of the shirt in there. Dangerous, dangerous.
Well, he got away with it against Lescott. And he gets away with it again here against Cesc Fabregas. Here's Gilberto. Flamini. Here's Touré. Gallas. Finnan under pressure. Fabregas.
Oh, just lost it, just got away from him a little bit, says Fabregas. See Finnan turning the wrong way and just playing the ball out the edge of his own 18-yard box. They're not getting that time.
Here's Walcott. Away from Hyypiä.
And that's where Sami Hyypiä doesn't want to get isolated wide against somebody like Walcott. Trying to help his team urge them on.
Pretty much powerless now that he's used all his substitutes. Has to entrust the task to the men out there. This young team that's building, this is quite a challenge they're facing. Can they overturn this Liverpool lead at Anfield with just over 10 minutes to go? Here's Hleb. Bentner wanted it played through early. It's Fabregas! It's the equaliser! Just when Arsenal's cloak of invincibility looked like slipping away, who steps up to the plate? Cesc Fabregas, of course.
Well, he could have played it twice, Hleb. Once to Adebayor, who went offside, he waited. Once to Bentner, who I think went offside, he waited yet again. He watches play as he tucks in. Adebayor goes, but he doesn't play him. Then Bentner, and he doesn't play him, but he picks the perfect run, and that's the run of Cesc Fabregas. And I thought he'd maybe made a mess of this, because he toe pokes it, but he just catches Reina off balance for the first time, and you don't see that often with Reina. He's off balance, he can't react quick enough. And the young man, whose season is just littered with goal after goal, has done it again. I have to say, I think they're worth the goal. I don't think there's anyone, even the most biased of Liverpool fans, would argue that Arsenal haven't deserved something at the moment, but the game's far from over.
Well, contrasted emotions of the two managers, obviously, but has Gerrard got another one? Not even going to get a corner out of that. So long they held on to the lead Gerrard had given them, but now in the last 10 minutes, and thanks to a 10th goal of the season from Cesc Fabregas, Arsenal on course to go back to the top of the table.
And I think very quickly Arsene Wenger out there, Rob, what he's done, he said to Nicholas Bentner, get left side. He said to Hleb, move infield one again. It's the system they started with. Now you see Bentner down below us now, so that suggests that I think the Arsenal manager, it's been tough work today. If he blew the whistle now, I don't think he'd be unhappy.
Gallas has to deal with that one.
But Arsenal have to concentrate, because there's often a sting in the tail in games like this. When you can imagine for 70 minutes they've knocked away at Liverpool without much luck, and without any joy. Suddenly if the concentration levels drop in any way, Liverpool might just nick it.
I think it happened about 3 seasons ago here, didn't it, with Neil Mellor and a dramatic late winner. Here's Hleb. Now Benayoun. Referee blowing because he wants to...
He's apologised, however. I just think it's the one thing that a lot of our referees in this league have to get more used to, get more in touch with, and more in time with. And that's the advantage rule. Let it breathe for 5 seconds or so, 3 or 4 seconds, not long. Always bring it back at any time.
Straight away acknowledged his error, the official. Here's Gerrard. That's away by Gilberto. And Gerrard must feel devastated at the moment. Risa with the throw. In by Mascherano, headed away by Gilberto. It's Fabregas. Now Adebayor. Bentner.
Too long to sort himself out, Nicholas Bentner.
Benayoun, Gerrard, and now Dirk Kuyt is onside. Benayoun and Crouch waiting in the middle. It kicks up to towards Crouch, but Fabregas got himself in the way in time.
Well, I just wondered about the little deflection on that cross. Would it take it to Crouch? But Fabregas just showing that he's not just prepared to get in the other box, he's prepared to get back into his own as well. I just think he's amazing talent, absolutely amazing. And there's his goal, and a lot of it's to do with that man who waited and waited and waited. And would you believe it? He goes into the crowd, and we know what happens when you go into the crowd. You get booked. Sometimes the people who run this game don't understand joy and sharing. Those Arsenal fans can not be talk about it. Now they're heroes, sharing a bit of joy with them.
The lawmakers have never scored a goal, have they?
Nah.
Here's Flair. Crouch. Arbeloa. Kuyt. Took himself there for obstruction, the referee. Here's Adebayor. And Howard Webb relieved, I think, to give a decision to Liverpool.
He was a little bit, but Adebayor let him out of there. Pulling away at Jamie Carragher's shot there.
Liverpool heading at the moment for a 4th consecutive match at Anfield without a win. First time that would have happened in nearly 12 years.
Well, he had a chance to put that in. He looked for a really difficult ball. He's got a great left foot. He had Kuyt and Crouch, probably 2 best headers on the pitch, who got left at the top end, and he didn't play them. Look at that, 2v2 at the back post. Now why don't you just play that into them? Look at the both of them. Disappointment from them.
Yes, they're carrying another passenger at the moment in Javier Mascherano. Rafa Benitez has already used his 3 substitutes, though.
No, he'll just put Steven Gerrard back now, and he'll just say to Mascherano, just go up the top end and try and make a nuisance of yourself.
Here's Benayoun. Mascherano. Gerrard.
Brilliant.
It was Gilberto who made the tackle.
The right ball, and Liverpool are in trouble.
Bentner has picked out Theo Walcott. It's Carragher who comes to Liverpool's rescue. And now Toure wins the tackle. Here's Flair. It's Fabregas again! He's hit the post! And Bentner spurns the opportunity from the rebound.
Touch it again, take a touch. Now whether he'd be offside, I don't know. What an effort from Cesc Fabregas, but Nicholas Bentner has to put his foot on this, has to take a touch and roll it in. Yeah, he cannot believe it.
Well, I guess the same thing happened to him.
What an effort from Fabregas, what an effort. I have to say, when they broke and the ball went to Theo Walcott and he tried to drill it across goal, I just thought he should have stood it up. Adebayor was back post, all on his own. And the best way to have gotten it there was just to dink it over everybody. But he tried to drill it across, and Jamie Carragher snuffed out that danger.
Well, even the most ardent Liverpool admirer would, I'm sure, have to admit that a point is the very least Arsenal deserve from their performance here today. Counts. Half-hearted appeals for a penalty. Howard Webb convinced straight away there was no valid claim. In towards Counts.
There was a day when a big shout from the Kop might influence the referee.
Today was not that day.
Yeah, he just nicks it over, and Fabregas comes back. Not going to get a penalty for that. Not at all.
Fabregas. And again. Both goals today scored by players who are pretty much the heartbeat of their team. Fabregas, Sanya, Gerrard, Sami Hyypiä.
I think for Liverpool it's a launch like that. It's a flick from Crouch if they can. And Liverpool hope something comes of it. I don't think they can play their way through Arsenal at the moment.
Hyypiä.
I was just going to say he's found some speed from somewhere. Mascherano.
He really is struggling through to the end.
I don't think that's the ball he wanted.
From it though, he's found Crouch. The layoff to Steven Gerrard.
What a block.
Great block from Gallas.
No, that's what I said. That was the way through for Liverpool, involving Crouch and his ability to do that.
Adebayor goes down, and Jamie Carragher is going to get a booking for that.
Yeah, he's booked, but I tell you what, he'll look back, he'll look at the other end of the pitch with admiration, because it's the kind of block that Jamie Carragher's famous for, that William Gallas has had to make. Otherwise, Liverpool might just have had the biggest smash and grab ever. Lovely little chest pass, and he looks like he's passed one, but overcomes Gallas. Brilliant block. I think that's going in. I think Almunia's overcommitted.
Well, Liverpool have still got 3 minutes left to snatch it.
3 minutes added time.
But then so have Arsenal. And it really still could go either way.
Well, if they'd have sorted that free kick quicker, Sanya was on for a quick pass, but Benayoun's just got to cross now to block it off.
Well, Toure scored when a free kick was placed to him against Bolton, but not from this far out.
Well, they are taking a chance, because Gallas has gone forward, Toure's forward.
Now Walcott.
Heavy with that, is he going to get it?
Has Gallas!
Well, what a goal that would have been. Centre back to centre back on the edge of the 6-yard box. But now they've got to get back.
Count. And again. Finish. Here's Benayoun. Is the late sting in the tail here for Liverpool? Arbeloa, Benayoun, Gerrard, who's come up with 1 goal already. Looking this time for Steve Finnan. The flag was up. Flag was up.
Lovely ball from Gerrard. Great run from Finnan. This is close. This is close. Across the line. Yeah, he's probably just off. But it's a close one. The linesman's looking in from this side. Makes it easy to put the flag up. Just amazing, Arsenal. You think they might take a little bit of caution about this, but they're just still wide open. And they're just going forward with numbers, trying to win the game.
Well, they're a minute away, Arsenal, from reclaiming the position at the top of the Premier League table that Manchester United took away from them yesterday. Steven Gerrard launches one.
Well, that's just about it. It's been a titanic struggle. Big questions asked about his side after midweek. They've worked really hard. I think they've had to work far more hard, well, certainly far harder than his side, because they've dominated possession. And if anyone wondered about the credentials of his side this season, I think they've answered all those questions this afternoon.
Well, they're heading for the exits now. Will they miss a winner? Flamini. Adebayor's layoff a bit heavy. Liverpool may just conjure one last chance. Mascherano too heavy though. Arsenal back on top of the Premier League ahead of next week's showdown with Manchester United. Liverpool and Arsenal both still unbeaten in the league this season. Cesc Fabregas cancelling out Steven Gerrard's goal early on. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 1.
That was good. Really, really good. Top class Premier League football. He'll go away with one or two thoughts about the one that went away early, the equaliser, and the one that hit the post late on. Fabulous stuff. Contrasting styles, both remain unbeaten. Earlier in the day we saw Bolton and Villa draw 1 apiece. Everton won today at Derby 2-0. And Spurs lost at home to Blackburn Rovers. Hamble with their winner 3 minutes into stoppage time. And Robbie Keane had Spurs in front. Pandey Ramos there in the director's box, watching all that unfold. You can see all today's football unfold with Matt Lorenzo tonight from 10 on Football First on Sky Sports 1. So the table looks like that. Bolton's point lifts them off the bottom. Tottenham beaten, stay in the drop zone. 7 points from 11 matches played. Borough have lost their last 4. Stay 17th. Wigan are falling, just 2 points from 24 for them. Sunderland on the weekend stay where they were. No change for Fulham or Birmingham or Reading, who have won 2 of their last 3 now. West Ham falling on today's results. No change for Villa. Everton back into the top half, into 9th. No change for Newcastle. Pompey down on the weekend into 7th. Liverpool down into 6th. Blackburn have won 4 on the bounce. That lifts them into 5th. Chelsea back into the top 4 this weekend after their thumping win against Manchester City. Manchester United off the top today. And Arsenal, having scored 3 goals more than United, goal difference the same, look, they go back top.